Hello, everyone. Can everybody hear me? This is Roberto.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm using my computer to, my question is, do we have a call-in number or is it?
Yeah, let me, yeah.
That's fine. I'm using the microphone on my computer. We'll see how long that lasts. Typically, I'm calling in while I have the camera on, but I didn't see a call-in number.
I put it in the chat for you, Roberto.
Okay, thanks.
It's in the Google invite usually. Like if you poke around a little. I'll call to order, Sarah, when you're all set for.
Okay, I'm ready. Is Dr. Powers coming?
How are you?
Do we have, I guess I'm saying, do we have quorum? Do we need to wait a little bit? Just 6.
I think we have quorum. And
Okay, this is Roberto. Can everybody hear me? I just joined through my cell phone.
Yeah, and well, I think it was
Yes.
yesterday, and yeah, I was traveling.
Give me 1 second. Okay. Is Troy there? I mean, I know he's there, but is he?
I need to make my grid smaller.
Yeah. Elaine's here.
Ellen says that the 314 number is Dr. Powers.
Okay. And then Latrice. Okay. Troy's having camera issues.
Okay, I think we can call to order then. Let me just try to see more people at a time. Okay, so I'll call the organizational meeting to order. And our first item is roll call. And Sarah, do you want to do that?
Sure. Andrade.
Here.
Bowman.
Here.
Bugs.
Present.
Serna Prado.
Here.
Cresswell.
Here.
Hilbrands. I don't know if you're having trouble unmuting, Troy. I know you're here. Ma, I'm here. Martinsek.
Here.
MacArthur. Does anyone want to text her? I don't know if she RSVP'd. No. Menjivar.
Present.
Dr. Powers.
Here.
Thank you. Zen.
Here.
Okay.
Okay, the next item is to select a temporary chair because it is now after June 30th. So we do not have a chair. Does someone want to make a motion on that?
I'd like to just make a motion to nominate Cassie and Sarah as the temporary chair and secretary for the annual organizational meeting.
We'll do one motion at a time. So we'll take your motion to to nominate Ms. Cresswell for temporary chair. Do I have a second?
A second.
Okay, I'll do a roll call if we're ready for that. Andrade,
Yes.
Bowman,
Yes.
Bugs,
Yes.
Serna Prado,
Yes.
Cresswell,
Yes.
Hillbrands. Me, I'll text him. Ma, yes. Martinsek,
Yes.
MacArthur. If you see her join, let me know. Menjivar,
Yes.
Powers,
Abstain?
Stain, Zen.
Yes.
Okay, and that motion carries.
Okay, so the next order of business is the selection of temporary secretary.
I make a nomination just to continue for Sarah to be the temporary secretary.
And do we have a second?
I second.
Okay, do a roll call. Andrade.
Oh, yes. Sorry.
It's okay. Bowman,
Yes.
Bugs,
Yes.
Serna Prado,
Yes.
Cresswell,
Yes.
Hillbrands. I see. Oh, Troy. We can't hear you though. If you get off, does that kick us all off? Maybe could you call in with your cell? Okay. Is that a yes or a no? You can nod your head. Is yes. Okay. Ma is yes. Martinsek.
Yes.
Menjivar.
Yes.
Powers.
Abstain?
Staining and Zen.
Yes.
Okay. And since we're doing a ton of roll calls because of the organizational portion, if people want to just stay off mute. If we hear your dogs, I think it's okay. I guess I make a motion to approve the agenda.
A second.
Okay, do a roll call. Andrade,
Yes.
Bowman,
Yes.
Bugs,
Yes.
Serna Prado,
Yes.
Cresswell,
Yes.
Hillbrands. Okay, got to do that thumbs up. Ma is yes. Martinsek.
Yes.
No MacArthur yet. Menjivar.
Yes.
Powers.
Yes.
Miss Zen.
Yes. Oh,
Okay.
sorry.
The agenda carries. It's approved.
Okay, the next item is number 6, which is nomination of and selection of chair. And so I will entertain a motion.
I motion that Cassie be chair, stay as chair.
I second. Piano.
If there's debate now, any hands up? See any? So I think we can move to a roll call vote.
Okay. Andrade,
Yes.
Bowman,
Yes.
Bugs,
Yes.
Serna Prado,
Yes.
Cresswell,
Yes.
Hillbrands, TBD. Ma is yes. Martinsek,
Yes.
Menjivar,
Yes.
Powers,
Abstain?
Abstain, and Zen.
Yes.
Okay, that motion carries.
Okay, our next item is nomination and selection of a secretary. And so
Who wants to do it?
I nominate you, Sarah. You've been doing great.
I will accept that nomination.
Is there a second?
A second.
All right. Roll call, Andrade,
Yes.
Bowman,
Yes.
Bugs,
Yes.
Serna Prado.
Yes.
Cresswell,
Yes.
Hilbrands. Is that a thumbs up? Okay. Ma is yes. Martinsek.
Yes.
Okay. Menjivar.
Yes.
Powers.
Abstain.
Okay. And Zen.
Yes.
Okay. There we go. And we still no MacArthur, right? Just let me know if you see her come in. Okay.
Yeah, so the next item is the nomination and selection of vice chair. Our sitting vice chair has stepped down, Jose Hernandez, because his daughter graduated. So this is a completely open spot. It really is just to serve if there's a meeting that the chair can't be at, then you serve as chair for that meeting. And then also, like, if you vote on anything that needs to be signed at that particular meeting, you're responsible for signing documents for that. And that's really about it. It can also be helpful if the chair brings an item and wants to discuss it and there's more debate on it. If you have a vice chair, the vice chair can run that item and chair that item. So that is helpful as well. But otherwise, it's really just filling in when the chair is absent. So yes, do we have a nomination for that?
Hi, Sarah. This is Roberto. I would like to respectfully nominate Elaine Bugs as vice chair if she's willing to accept that nomination.
And I'll take either a second or a comment from Elaine, basically.
If there are no other members who would like to serve in that role, because I definitely don't want to stand in the way of anyone. Anyone else? Come on, you guys. Thank God.
I second the nomination.
Great. If there's no debating, we can do a roll call.
Andrade,
Yes.
Bowman,
Yes.
Bugs,
Yes.
Serna Prado,
Yes.
Cresswell,
Yes.
Hilbrands.
Yes.
Ooh. Ma, yes. Martinsek,
Yes.
Menjivar,
Yes.
Powers,
Yes.
and Zen.
Yes.
Okay.
Great. Welcome, new vice chair. The number 9 is nomination and selection of the OMA and FOIA officer. And I am happy to entertain a motion on that one.
I nominate Roberto to continue to do this. Unless anybody else really wants this, I feel like you got this.
And do we have a second?
I will second that motion. Bowman second.
Great. Suspect there is not going to be a lot of debate here.
Okay, I'll do a roll call. Apologies for the piano, it's almost done. Andrade,
Yes.
Bowman,
Yes.
Bugs,
Yes.
Serna Prado,
Yes.
Cresswell,
Yes.
Hilbrands,
Yay.
Ma, yay, Martinsek,
Yes.
Menjivar,
Yes.
Powers,
Yes.
Zen.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Motion carries.
Okay, so that covers a lot of what we do at the organizational meeting. The next item is to establish our regular meeting schedule for the year. So there's regular meetings and there's special meetings of public bodies. Your regular meetings you set once a year, basically. And then you can change your regular meeting schedule. It's just that you have to have a bit more notice than you would for a special meeting or something like that. So to change your regular meeting schedule, you have to have basically 10 days notice. So it's possible to adjust it if we need to, especially since we'll be adding a new member. We don't know what their constraints are. And also it's possible that at some point meetings will go back to in person. So we should keep that in mind as we think about what the schedule is. And yes, I think that's sort of all the background info on regular meetings. There's no set amount of regular meetings that you have to have. So LSCs could meet every other month. They could meet every month. They could meet more than once a month. And so that is, there's options on that. Some schools have their LSCs mix it up a little, and you can have like a weekend meeting once in a while to shift availability. There's some that have daytime weekdays, which I think must be really hard because I don't see how your teachers can easily attend then. And yeah, so that's basically the story there. We have been meeting on the second Tuesday. And I think that's what Sarah probably put in the chat as a sample schedule. This is not a regular meeting, and the meeting that follows this is also not a regular meeting. And so we don't really have all of our full committee reports and the principal report. We have some check requisitions that we can look at, but it's possible that we still could add a July regular meeting as well if the consensus is that we should do that. Yep, I think that's kind of the thing to keep in mind. Another thing to keep in mind is that school starts on the classes for students start August 30th this year. So that's like an earlier, like a week earlier than is usually standard in CPS. Yeah, so I think we can open it up for a discussion with what people are thinking. If you have a regular standing weekday commitment on a Tuesday evening, definitely speak up now because we want to make sure that we can accommodate you. Yeah. So do I have a hand here? Sarah, do you want to go?
Yeah, or Kim can go, but I was just letting you know that the dates I put in the chat were the ones that Dr. Powers sent to us all, minus the July. We don't set the July date at this meeting, and that's, and I still like my only comment was I like the 6 p.m. time. I do think like if we were to come back in person, I could possibly make the 6 p.m. time. If we went earlier, I don't know if I'd be able to get down in time, but that's, you know, I'm open to hearing about the time. Kimberly.
That was actually going to be the thing I talked about. I like the second Tuesday. I think it's like good to keep consistency there. If we return in person and the meetings go as long as they do, the travel time home on top of getting up like 6 p.m. feels a little late to me. That means I will have been in that building from 6 a.m. till 9 p.m. And I'm like, that's selfish because like whatever. But I do get there at like 5:30 in the morning. So I'm just trying to think of commuting time and adding that in traveling home after a meeting. Whereas in the virtual environment, I just walk into my bedroom. So it is what it is. But I would push for a 5:30 start again, but I'm willing to do whatever.
Rachel, do you want to go?
I mean, to that comment, I had a question that I don't actually know the answer to. I know if you know, across our city, the meetings go back to in person for LSCs. Is it an option for LSCs to individually elect to remain virtual? No. Okay.
Yeah, that will be decided. It's basically like state law, how public meetings, what regulates public meetings and when you like what counts as a quorum. And so right now, because of the emergency declaration, that's basically what allows us to have virtual meetings with essentially no one in person. So yes, previously you basically had to have a quorum present, and then you could have the people, you could have people participate and vote who weren't present physically, but you had to have, like, say for us, it'd be 7 in person. Yeah, so that's pretty much out of our hands, and it would basically take an adjustment by the General Assembly to make this possible after the declaration, the disaster declaration ends. Ellen?
I know this is not really the same as setting the dates, but just making sure that we can still stream, because I do think that helps to like broaden our audience and ability for people to participate. So I just want to put that out there. I don't know if that's something that we like decide right now, but cool. Seeing nods.
Yeah, and I think, you know, it'll be the same thing for whether if we want to adjust the time later as opposed or versus the date. So as long as we do it with 10 days notice, we could do that. But if people are happy with the 6 p.m. right now, I think that makes sense. Is there any discussion about what we should do for July? Go ahead, Dr. Powers. Oops, you have to unmute.
I'm sorry, I thought I had already done it. The only urgent business for July are check requisitions. So we could theoretically have a special or emergency meeting just to deal with that. It wouldn't take very long to do so, but we've got a pretty good backlog over the last 6 weeks or so.
Sarah?
Yeah, Jeremy sent over about 6 or 7 today. Sorry, and my other comment would be, depending on the approval of the whole school safety plan, that has to be done by July 14th. So if we don't do that tonight, then we definitely would need a second or another July meeting. That was my only comment.
Dr. Powers?
Yeah, I propose that if that is indeed the case, that we have a meeting on July 13th as originally scheduled.
And oops, Roberto?
I guess for point of clarification, I'm not sure what we're discussing here, because don't we have a special meeting right after this meeting? I'm looking at a July 8th, 2020 special meeting agenda, and it includes approval items of over $2,500. So if it's on the agenda, we can, I mean, we've met the OMA requirements, and we could start approving whatever it is that we need to approve.
Yes. So any of those that we got tonight, we can share and vote on whatever ones we want to take action on. So yeah, it's just a matter of whether there is more pressing stuff before August 10th. And if people would prefer to just do it as a special meeting as it comes up, and we can decide that even during the next meeting, depending on whether we approve the whole school safety plan and we want to do the 13th, that works. And just to give everyone also a reminder, so special meetings, you have to announce with 48 hours notice. You can only discuss and vote on anything that's already on the printed agenda. So you can't add things at a regular meeting. You can add things to discuss at the beginning of the meeting. You can't add things to vote on at the beginning of the meeting, but you can adjust the agenda in terms of discussions. So that's the difference there. And then emergency meetings, it's 24-hour notice. So just to clarify for everyone. And yeah, in that case, let's decide that at the special meeting, whether we want or need another one before July 14th or before the end of the month. Okay, so do we have a motion on these dates? Oops, you go ahead, Mr. Powers.
I move that we adopt the proposed dates for the upcoming school year starting with August 10th.
I second. All right, I do a roll call. Andrade,
Yes.
Bowman,
Yes.
Bugs,
Yes.
Serna Prado,
Yes.
Cresswell,
Yes.
Hillbrands,
Yay.
yes, Martinsek,
Yes.
Menjivar,
Yes.
Powers,
Yes.
Zen.
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
Okay, our next order of business is nomination and selection of standing committee chairs. We have 3 standing committees: budget, health and safety, and equity. We can take those one at a time. We'll do budget first. And I'll refer everyone to the bylaws to see a little blurb about what the budget committee covers. And do we have a nomination for budget committee chair? Oops, go ahead, Dr. Powers.
I nominate Sarah Ma, if she's willing to do it.
Thank you, I accept.
I second that.
Okay, let's do a roll call. Andrade,
Yes.
Bowman,
Yes.
Bugs,
Yes.
Serna Prado,
Yes.
Cresswell,
Yes.
Hillbrands,
Yay.
yay, Martinsek,
Yes.
Menjivar,
Yes.
Powers,
Yes.
and Zen.
Yes.
Okay, the motion carries.
Great. We'll move on to health and safety. And do we have a nomination for committee chair for health and safety?
I nominate Ms. Zen, if she will take this job.
I'll
I
take.
second.
Oh, thanks.
Okay, Daniel seconds. Okay, Andrade,
Yes.
Bowman,
Yes.
Bugs,
Yes.
Serna Prado,
Yes.
Cresswell,
Yes.
Hillbrands,
Yay.
yes, Martinsek,
Yes.
Menjivar,
Yes.
Powers,
Yes.
Zen.
Yes.
Okay.
Great. And the third standing committee that we have is the equity committee. Do we have a nomination for an equity committee chair?
I nominate Mr. Menjivar.
I'll second that.
Anyone else want to do it? Just kidding. Okay, a roll call. Andrade,
Yes.
Bowman,
Yes.
Bugs,
Yes.
Serna Prado,
Yes.
Cresswell,
Yes.
Hillbrands,
Yay.
Martinsek,
Yes.
Menjivar,
Yes. I accept.
Powers,
Yes.
Zen.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. The final item is public participation. Our sign up for that is actually for the next meeting. So I think we are good there. And it looks like we will be right on time to start the special meeting at 6:30. So Sarah has to set up the next screen. So let's adjourn here and just stay on this meet, and we'll call the next meeting to order in like 2 minutes or something. So, okay, thanks everybody. So we'll adjourn the organizational meeting.